Hey guys, welcome back, John Megacycle here, another episode of KKnD Extreme. Took an episode, wanted to make sure that I showed you guys this bit of an RTS gem, one I really appreciated in Chaos mode. It's the skirmish mode for KKnD. And now that we've gone through and we've done a 3 versus 3, I wanted to show you a 1 versus 3. In this one, you just regard everyone as allies or enemies. It's fairly straightforward. Yeah, I never mess with the name too much. Why not? Hello? Uh, um, there we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's more important when you're playing with other people because if you hold a question mark, the information button over any of the units, it'll say JMegs' factory or whatever. So, anyway, that having been said, I wanted to share this one again with you, now with a bit of a challenge spun into it. This is a 1 versus 3, 0 allies, 3 enemies. It's how it's written here. Difficulty hard, 15,000 RUs, Urbane Assault, my favorite map. And yeah, let's kick this thing. Whoa. Who's messing with my volumes? There we go. Okay, this is going to be a lot less tutorial and a lot more tactics, so we're just going to get on with it immediately. Mobile outpost, online, units move. Power station, come on, power station. Research lab. Power station. You, over here. Now, the opening spots that I had my allies in before do not exist now. They're just empty start locations. So what we're going to do... Whoops, I forgot an important thing. My freaking machine shop. What we are going to do is we're going to try to exploit this oil spot here and make sure that we have enough money to wage this war. And the way to do that is, since we're short on allies, we need to make sure we utilize their resources. So now the thing is, the enemy has a full army. Yep. You can kind of see them checking us. They're going to move in here, check for strength, and then run away. But we need our 3 derricks immediately.
Research started.
Let's see, how are we doing on resources? We got a good bunch. After the derricks are produced, we're going to chunk out about, I don't know, half a dozen ATVs just so we have some more hardware. This is nothing. The good thing is, each army is checking us, and that's what I call it. When they drive up, they see you, and then they run away. They're checking us, and we're stronger than they are right now. That's fine, but that's not going to be the case for very long. So we need to make sure we ramp up, and hopefully one of 2 things will occur. Either we'll be strong enough... Oh, don't notice. Don't notice. Don't notice. Please don't notice. Thank you. Holy crap. The thing is, we need to make sure we're either strong enough that they're not going to attack us because they feel threatened, or we can at least rebuff the attack. Now, the thing is, if all 3 of them attack again, like I said, there's no way we're going to be able to win this. So, taking up the outpost as quickly as we can is going to grant us snipers. I love snipers. They're excellent support. Because of their range, they can deal damage usually before the enemy gets a chance to take a shot. The benefit of that is if you have them in packs, it works out great. So here's this. There's our power station, no problem. So eventually I want to tech up the machine shop and make sure that we do have the proper amount of tankers per power facility. But like I said, right now I just need my snipers. I can get a lot of damage out the door by just having my snipers. So there's our half dozen, there's our 6 ATVs. That just gives us something more, you know, something a little more solid to use. If anything, all they're going to be used for is to buy me time. Okay. Oh. See, now they're attacking. So now their whole army is going to show up. Perfect. There's our snipers. I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable about that after these first few attacks. So now, they're going to attack with everything that they started the game with. It's sizable. It's not super high tech, but the thing is, it's a bunch of sizable crap I have to deal with. Hey, there's a bunch of infantry. Why don't you run them all over? Bam. Totally worth it. Oh, missile crabs. I don't like missile grabs. Okay, flamethrower ATVs and snipers are going to be bread and butter for right now. Have to be super careful of this. Now the thing is, like I said, this is one army. We're still waiting on the other two armies to show up. That bought me some time. Please retreat. You guys move in. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You guys move down. Whew. Good, our first 5-pack of snipers. And this is the good thing. The enemy is really keeping track of my flamethrower ATVs, which have good armor. But, as they're really paying attention to these guys, they're not paying attention to my snipers. Whew, we still have a whole nother army that's going to be swinging by. Now we're going to attack this giant beetle, and the reason for that is he's just going to outrange my guys anyway. Run over a bunch of infantry, please retreat. Here's another 4-pack. Makes that a 5-pack. Now, the terrain in terms of height really doesn't apply on this game. In other games what happens is whoever's on the hill gets priority. They get a little bit of better range, and they can't really be shot at. See, these guys are actively being shot at uphill, which doesn't really help too much. Other games like StarCraft did a much better job implementing the hill or the height mechanic. Okay, now we're getting into a bit of a tight spot.
Our ranks under attack. Research started.
Alrighty, ready. I'll take it. Yes, sir. I'll take it. Reporting for duty. Yeah.
Lost a tanker, that's not good.
I'll take it. Ready. I'll take it.
Lost a bunch of snipers, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the third army. So, I mean, this still gets kind of non-stop pretty quick. I don't know if that even made any sense, but that's okay.
Alrighty then.
Research completed.
Okay, right now I need to replace my tankers. I'm gonna get absolutely schooled because my economy's all messed up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, moving.
Okay, there's not too much more here we have to deal with.
Okay. Receiving.
You go up there. It's a little dicey down here.
Okay. Reporting for duty. Reporting for C. Moving. Yeah.
Consider it.
Ready. Ready then. Yes, sir. Ready. I'll take it. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
Oh boy. Looks like way more than I anticipated, that's for certain.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Righty then. Okay. Receiving. Okay. Reporting for duty. Yeah, moving. Alrighty.
Let's see if we can get rid of some of these infantry, because that's where it's really going to pay off.
Yes. Okay. Receiving. Reporting for duty. Okay. Yeah. Moving. I'll take it. Yes, sir. I'll take it.
Now the thing is, like I said, during this whole time, they've had a full base. They're probably building up a much bigger army as we speak.
Receiving.
Our base under attack.
There we go. Now we can do cleanup.
Okay. I'll take it.
They're retreating, no big deal. Let's get this all back together again, shall we? You can build that. I need a tanker, and we need to do hardcore anaconda tanks. I need something with a bit more armor to back up my snipers.
Ready. Yes.
But the good thing is, we've been able to settle in, a little sloppy, but it's worked out. Once we get about 4 or 5 anaconda tanks off the assembly line, I'm going to feel much better about our current situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. I need you to go all the way over there. No, I don't. I need you to go right here.
Receiving. Moving.
I thought we had a little more of a lull, and that's not the case.
Yeah. Ready. Moving. Yes, sir. Alrighty.
But at least we have some hardware now, so that makes me feel better. Some actual hardware.
Reporting for duty.
Now, the benefit is, if the snipers can just stay there and not get shot at, or at least be able to take a bunch of shots, they'll be able to veteranize. And with veteranization, they're allowed to repair, and they have better fire rate, and I think they do more damage, or are more accurate. I'm not too sure on all the stats, but the point is, it's a benefit. So every time they take a shot, and it hits, they gain experience. So let's see, Missile Crab is going to outrange my sniper, so we're just going to come in and kill him immediately. And the War Mammoth. Good. Run.
Yeah.
Now, ideally, what I'd like to do is I'd like to also have a repair bay, but I don't think I have enough money to really arrange something like that. And by that I mean I could really use an extra tank or two rather than worrying about repairs. Okay, back up. Back up, back up.
Yes, sir.
Let the snipers do the thing I'm paying them for.
Reporting for duty.
They'll be able to outrange all these infantry without an issue.
Yeah, reporting for duty. Moving.
Whew. Okay.
Reporting, sir. Alrighty then. Ready.
Like I said, the first little bit is what really gets touchy really fast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Yeah.
Whew. Deep breath. We're doing okay. Let's take this off of infinite. Let's just put it at like 5 or something.
Reporting for duty.
And this is something I explained in the first video. The reason why I don't like all my heavy assets to be infinite is because I need more snipers than I do anything else. The simple fact these guys can deal damage at range, hopefully destroy the target before they even take a single shot, is very valuable. Okay, we lost him. He wasn't veteranized anyway. And the fact that these snipers are only 200 apiece, it becomes really a bargain after you have a bunch of them. So we're going to charge in, take care of the giant beetle. I know the giant beetle will completely wreck my guys.
Reporting for duty. Receiving.
Okay, now I'm kind of considering a repair bay. 1,000. Let's get a few more tanks on the front line, then we'll talk about it. Yep, now they're retreating. Now, what's happening is the tide is slightly turning. We now have enough hardware that the enemy's coming to our base and saying, I'm going to attack you. And then they see my tanks and they're like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Reporting for duty.
Whoa. No thank you. And that's what's happening. So now they're retreating, so now we've turned the tide. What we should see over the next few minutes is a lot less attacks from them. I don't even know if I want that repair bay. The only thing I could repair right now is like 2 of these tanks. But we're going to continue our expansion, and the reason why I'm not defending this right side, if you're noticing, is because it would be way too much expense for me to defend it. If I lose it, yeah, it's a hit to the pocketbook, but the bigger thing is, I don't have enough forces to just spread it around. I mean, this is a chunk of my industry right here, but again, the thing is, I can't really justify putting up a bunch of turrets over there if they don't attack it. Like I said, if they attack it, great. If not, awesome. Every single time one of my tankers comes home is another little bit for me.
Receiving.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move up just a little bit. I don't want to move too far because this little ledge here is what's giving me a good tactical advantage. Even if the height isn't a thing, it's still a help. So let's go ahead and machine shop. I wouldn't mind another power base. So let's do that. Let's get another Derrick.
Ready. Reporting for duty. Moving.
Now whenever we decide to go from defensive to offensive, what we'll do is we'll take all these snipers, everything with us. We'll make sure that our building queue is absolutely maxed out, ensuring that we're building tons of units while we're away. And that means that if we get counterattacked, we'll have something at home. That's the important bit.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Yes. Ready.
Yep.
Okay, now we need to move up and defend our new assets.
Ready.
You gentlemen. Hope you're ready for some adventure, because now time to go exploring. This can get cranked up again.
Reporting for duty.
Now this does this. Now, I don't know if I want 2, maybe I'll do 3, but I need some new tankers for that for sure.
Yes, sir. Moving. Ready.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
let's do a little more exploration.
Construction
Reporting for
completed.
duty.
Every bit of exploration that we do is permanent. There's no fog of war. There's this shroud. Does it say shroud? No. There's the shroud, which is just the black veil of the darkness of the battlefield, but once we get past this and explore it, then we see it permanently.
Reporting for duty.
So it's really, really a good idea if you can early on to do a bunch of exploring. I'm really familiar with this map, not too worried about it, but still to point.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, let's see.
Yes, sir.
This is good reinforcements right here. Or it's a good backbone in case we have to retreat. Now, the enemy has a ton of units, so let's try to get these a little organized. Oops. The real idea is I want a nice line of anacondas and then the snipers to back up. So like this is pretty ideal if they attack. Let's just rearrange you a little bit. Great, so I have no problem leaving these forces right here. If someone attacks from the southeast up, they've got to weed through all these buildings. My snipers are going to get nothing but free shots like crazy. It'll work out great. Okay, very good. So 3 of those should work out nice. Again, let's get everything in. We have both of our build queues, so whenever we have a ton of cash, I think we might hit the unit limit. Let's see how to explain. Oh, a unit limit is how many structures, vehicles, infantry, whatever you can possibly build before the game just says, don't do that anymore. You get a little message saying, nope, no can do, or whatever. And the reason for that is, a lot of the old gaming systems, or at least old PCs, didn't have a ton of horsepower. So there was a limit, they put a limit on how many units you can build, and the reason for that, like I said, is you don't want the game to slow down if you're trying to build a big army. Bigger problem is the game just gets unplayable because you built too much stuff. So they put that in there. Oh yeah, here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Not to interrupt myself, but I'm gonna. So that's why that's in place. So we might see a message coming up soon-ish, I have no idea, that'll say unit cap reached, or no, like I said, no can do. Now, why do we spread out our units like this? And the reason for this is if the enemy comes in, if they just give a blind attack order, all their units are going to act like a conga. It's just going to conga line right in. All of my guys are evenly distributed, so if I give an attack order, all of them will move at the same time as a broad swath, as opposed to a point. It's the difference between hitting someone with a spear or... Oh. Okay, units are unavailable. My queue is missing. Okay. Okay, so these are all the units we can build. Can we build defensive structure? No, buildings. Okay. We've reached the maximum capacity for our units. So if I can't attack with this, I don't know what I can attack with. I keep starting and stopping thoughts, and now my brain's a bit of a jumbled mess. But that's okay. See, this is kind of a stalemate. We built all the units we can. They built all the units they can, or at least have stopped building or what have you. So now what we really kind of come to is a push stalemate. I'm not going to push on them. They're not going to push on me if we just use the AI as our thinker. You know, if we use the rules the AI goes by to determine whether or not we attack, that's kind of where we're at. So let's do something like this. Let's cut my army in half. 2 control groups. That looks about right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to provoke them, see if they rush us, and we're going to flee with the tank. Okay, yep. Come get some. There we go. No problem. I was really hoping their whole army would have joined in, but I guess not. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can just stir the beehive, because I don't want to have to deal with their defensive structures and them. There we go. We got it.
Yes, sir.
Move. Move. Oh, you can't make it? Shoot. The snipers are going crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that. Just pick off a bunch of their units, no problem.
I'm listening. Consider it dead.
Not a ton, but certainly worth it. There we go. Now we stirred the beehive.
Yeah.
Get moving, soldier. I mean, we can keep doing this, but this is kind of boring. So we can either attack, or we could try bombers. I think we might attack and try bombers. There. That's the value of the sniper. Good range, good accuracy, good damage. And good night.
I'm there.
You guys don't want to move? You guys don't want to party? What's going on here?
Tech level research started.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of got me nervous is I have nothing defending my base.
Ready. Receiving. Yes, sir.
Let's try to get in just a little bit more here.
I'm listening.
Ready. Alrighty then. Yes, sir.
taking those pot shots. No, no, no hero. Don't be a hero.
Alrighty then.
Heroes die because you're not thinking. Let me guess. Build units are unavailable. Right. Okay, so I gotta kill some things or lose some things in order for this to happen.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yep, there we go. That stirred it. Now we're attacking from a couple of fronts here. The benefit is... Oh yeah, punch. Punch. Punch! The benefit is we're making sure that we're controlling the situation. Again, they're conga lined. We can make sure that we can come in here, knock out some of the heavy value targets, and we're attacking from two fronts. It's right next to each other, so you can really consider this one front as like a definition. But the thing is, we're both moving with the command abilities. We're both moving the armies. Oh. The problem is all the tanks are getting quagmired. Run. Okay, you're group 2 now.
Consider it dead.
That wasn't helping. Jeez, with the missile crabs. Let's see what we can do about that. Shouldn't be too bad with all the snipers. Yeah, a couple of shots, no problem. The only thing is I'm now running out of armor to defend the snipers. But once this army's gone, their whole base is mine. And, now that we have the time, let's go ahead and do this.
Receiving. Okay.
Consider it dead.
And let's research our bombers. They take a long time to build. They're worth $2,000, I think? Yeah.
Ready.
Yep.
Yes,
It
sir.
takes a while, but if you can get it right, it is so worth it.
Consider it
Yeah.
dead.
Reporting.
Consider it dead.
Take out that clan hall, the rest of this will be no problem.
Consider it
Now, one of the things you'll notice is this is an issue with RTSs in general, is if I tell my snipers to attack, they'll attack at their maximum range, which is important. The problem is if their range is much larger than the tank's maximum range, the snipers will actually turn into a wall. So now this tank can't get a shot, it has to go around all the snipers. Makes it a real pain in the butt if you're trying to coordinate an attack. So it's important that your short range units are first, longer range units are in the back, and it works out pretty nice.
Reporting.
It's just that's one thing you gotta take into consideration.
Yes.
Cool. Now we have our full army again, because now we've got so much freaking money. Yeah, it does take a while to build. And the problem is if we run our unit cap again, the thing I could see happening is it'll cancel the order. Yeah, 30,000 RUs. If you're ever sitting on that much money, it's bad news.
Alrighty then.
But we ran out of units. So here's what we're gonna do. Snipe, snipe. We're gonna move down here and use these structures as our advantage. And I think I did this before in the introduction. But it's the same rules apply. We're using the natural environment at our advantage. I know these guys aren't gonna take out this whole army. This is a big army. But everything that we can chip away is gonna make this a lot easier. Okay, infantry, run. Run, 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 run. Perfect. That was totally worth it.
Consider it dead.
So since we had them all locked up in this little area here, we've been able to really thin the herd, and now that our reinforcements arrived, we can actually push back. I wasn't too sure if we were going to be able to, but now it looks like we are. I'm only building 9s again for the vehicles, and not infinite, because I want to ensure that our bomber gets built.
Time there.
Reporting for duty. Yeah. Ready. Reporting for
So one thing you can do when you have that range issue is give a move order first. Make sure your units move up to the target and then start firing. It ensures everyone shoots at the same time, but it can get kind of risky considering it's a move order, so they're not dealing any damage.
Yeah.
Those giant crabs drive me so crazy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're running.
Yes, sir.
That's not enough of an army to do anything.
Reporting for
This,
duty.
however, is.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So again, like I mentioned in the intro video, it kind of has that feeling of build a bunch of units, throw it as hard as you can, build more units, rinse, repeat. And I don't know, it's kind of oddly satisfying to not really think too much about aircraft or battleships or anything, super weapons. I mean, your super weapon in this one's a bomber. It's oddly simplistic, but in its simplicity, it really brings me a lot of good memories.
Consider it dead.
I didn't think that missile crab was going to come all the way out. And it's still going to attack, so this is going to get silly.
Yes. Reporting for duty.
You know what I probably should do? At this point, I should just put it on infinite. You know what we can do, now that we have money, and we have units we can actually use, or buildings we can build, or whatever before the error message comes up, just get some defenses.
Ready. Yes. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
One down, one has a gaping hole in its head.
Yes, sir. Moving.
Losing 2 defensive structures and their army, yes, I'll call that a gaping hole in their head.
Receiving. Reporting for duty.
You're my reinforcements, you move over. Another thing that's really being tricky is all these little building choke points. It's getting kind of difficult for me to really get in there. But when you look at the survivor bases, they're all wide open. A little choke point here, sure, but it's just kind of funny when it comes down to it.
Receiving. Reporting for duty. Yeah. All right.
Okay, let's go.
Receiving. Yes.
Sniper stop.
Yeah. Moving. Reporting for
Let's
duty.
get all the vehicles up front first.
Reporting for day. Receiving. Okay. Receiving.
Ooh, airstrike ready.
Receiving. Okay.
Cool, I want to use that on the other guy. Now the thing is, since the Wilbur Bomber can be shot down, the thing that makes it difficult is I think absolutely anyone can shoot at it. It has very low hit points, or at least whenever I've tried to use it, I've had to really target units that are not, like, right at home base. Oh my gosh, you guys had to go the long way, huh? I had it in my head that that might happen. I was afraid it was going to, and by luck it did. Okay, let's just get all these defenses out of the way. Don't worry, Aquamarine or whatever color you are. I got no beef with you. Give me 10 minutes and I'll have some beef with you.
Ready.
Now, the thing that's getting interesting is, as I mentioned before, that ebb and flow with how the AI works is they're not attacking me because they've seen my army. Or they're probably getting stuck on their structures.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. Take out, what is that, a bestiary or a beast enclosure? Okay. Yeah, we'll take out the beast enclosure, the clan hall, and this guy's going to be done as well. As I've always said before, concentrating your economy is really the first most important thing. If you don't really consider the economy as your, like, focus, the thing is you're fighting a two-front war. You're fighting one against the enemy, and you're fighting one against yourself, because you don't have enough money to wage war. That's why this is such an important thing, and it's something I bring up often, is figure out the efficiencies of the economy first. Get that done and out of the way, and make sure that it's something that's taken care of. Make sure you have enough harvesters per refinery. Make sure that you have enough processes going on, enough supply trucks, Chinooks, oil derricks, what have you. Just make sure that you take care of the base idea of the game, and something like that, and it makes it a lot easier when you've got money. Okay, so since I'm also sure the defensive structures can shoot down my Wilbur Bomber, we're going to try to take care of as many of these little outlying structures as we can before the enemy really realizes what's up and attacks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no clan hall rebuild. We're just going to take this out, we're going to run away. Great. Run. Run, run, run.
Yes, sir.
Don't want to pick no fights.
Righty then. Yes, sir.
Unless they're going to charge me, and then we're going to pick all the fights we want.
I'll take it.
Okay, it looks like... No, it looks like they were on the move for a second there.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So that's 2 AI officially done.
Ready.
So let's try this bomber out. I think this is too far into enemy territory. Did you just see that he just walked all the way up there? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
kick his butt.
Receiving.
Oh, they're going around, huh?
Alrighty then. Receiving.
Or they're coming through. Oh! There we go. All those units just got nixed. That was awesome. Okay, no, I'm not retreating. I thought you guys were coming up a different front. Okay, see, now here's the problem. Now we're conga lined. So let's back up a little bit. Let's give the snipers something to shoot at. No, don't rush back in after I tell you to retreat.
Ready. Alrighty then.
Good, that should help out that.
Receiving. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Moving.
I need you guys to come down here. While they're attacking throughout the main entrance, we'll be able to push through the other side. So let's go ahead and make sure that we've got something else, just in case our attack and defenses don't fly. Yeah, we're very soon to run out of units again.
Ready. Receiving.
Okay,
Alright.
get up there and defend.
Reporting for duty.
Yep, that's been working out real good.
Yes, sir. I'll take
Move in. We have our distractionary forces
Our
here,
oil supplies
just
low.
trying to buy us time. Yeah, they just said right now our oil supplies are low. We're sitting on 40,000 RU. So if you run through all of your supply of oil in a campaign or in a mission or whatever, when it's set up like skirmish mode like this, that's pretty impressive. And you haven't killed each other yet? That's a match. That's a heck of a battle there. Can you get that? Awesome. Tanks, move in. See if we can get this guard tower.
Receiving.
Consider it dead.
Awesome.
Yep.
Let's all bunch up a little bit with the tank there. And you guys can play a little defensive right like this. Good.
Reporting for duty.
Tons of tanks, tons of units. Having that extra machine shop really helped out. What are you shooting at? Just run them over.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. For duty.
Consider it dead.
Yeah, look at that.
Reporting for
Like nothing. Okay. Once our army here reconvenes, we're going to move it down for reinforcements.
ready. Receiving.
Consider it dead.
See if we can put a stake into this thing.
Yep.
Ready.
Now, realistically, this is a bad way to really get in here, considering this is a heck of a choke point.
Reporting.
But the reality of the situation is they were attacking the other side. Okay, I need you to get that guy,
Our
thank
oil
you.
supplies are low.
Ready.
Oil supplies are low, I heard you.
Our oil supplies are low.
Heard you that time too.
Reporting for duty.
Now the thing is, there's no MCV. We can't build a mobile outpost, so this is really it. So when we run out of oil, these spots are useless. The power plants are even useless. The power stations. So what we might want to do is try to find something else, but I don't think this match is going to take much longer than this.
Ready.
Yep.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Everyone bunch up right here, please, all you
Our
awesome
oil
vehicles.
supplies are low.
Ready. Alrighty then. Yes, sir.
No going around.
Reporting for duty.
There's plenty of room for everybody. Oh,
Yes, sir.
come on now.
Reporting for duty.
Consider it.
Push!
Consider it dead.
That is not coming online, thank you very much. Neither is that. Let's take this thing offline. This thing can go. This thing can go. It's a fire sale. Everything in your base must go.
Consider it dead.
Okay, very good. Let's come down here a little bit. There's a lot more good stuff to shoot up here anyway. Blacksmiths, that takes care of them producing vehicles. Clan Hall's going to take them from producing structures. Once we take care of this last grape shot in defense, pretty sure this is a done deal. And are we still... yeah, we still have plenty of units to go.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Plenty of units to go.
Yes. Receiving.
Okay.
Consider it.
Power station's gone.
Yes, sir. I'll take.
Depending on how you play this one, like I've been saying, this is one I've been always happy to come back to, really kind of refocus my skills on the very primal, very basic kind of forms that RTS can be. And when I say basic and primal, I mean it's very simplistic. It's one resource, it's always in the same spot, it's quite plentiful, and that's kind of a nice thing when you don't have to worry about resource management. Like really trying to convert one thing to another thing, so you have enough things or whatever. So back when I just really, and even now, whenever I just really want to just get in there, build a bunch of crap, kick a bunch of things in the teeth, this is how I do it. Oh, mission complete. That takes care of the 1 versus 3 Survivor Challenge. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy to share KKnD with you. It's like I said, it's a game I've always appreciated, and I hope you do too. So, without anything else, have yourselves a good night, and I'll catch you next time.